Dear students, in data communication, in the last class, we have seen TCP/IP architecture and even the OSI reference model. Okay, this figure. And as I said, there will be only 5 layers in the TCP/IP, but in the OSI reference model, there will be 7 layers. And these 3 layers are combined in the TCP/IP architecture. Now we will see just what these layers will make. The first one is application layer. Application layer protocol defines the rules when implementing specific network application. It relies on the underlying layers to provide accurate and efficient data delivery. That means in the application layer is the last layer. By that, user will make the communication, that means user will make the interaction, and this interaction layer we'll call it as a application layer. And in that there will be protocols, specific protocol for different purpose. One is FTP, that is called as file transfer protocol, to transfer the file from one device to another device on the network. Telnet, that is remote terminal protocol for remote login on any other computer on the network. So the telnet is a facility. By that you can log into another computer which is at another location, maybe even in another country, and you can make the work. Maybe for example, the doctor in Sirsi want to make operation in America. Then he can interact with the American doctors at the time of operation, maybe by using telnet facility. Okay, telnet is remote terminal protocol. SMTP, that is simple mail transfer protocol for the mail transfer. SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol for the mail transfer, to transfer the mail from one computer to another computer. HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, which is needed for the web browsing. As you know, there will be HTTP and HTTPS when you are typing web address in the browser. And HTTP Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTPS Hypertext Transfer Protocol secured. Then the transport layer, the second layer. Transport layer protocol defines the rules of dividing a chunk of data into segments and then reassemble segments into the original chunk. That means when we are sending the data from one computer to another computer, the transport layer collects the data on the receiver side, and once again it makes the one data. That means when we are sending, the data may be split into segments or packets. And again, in the receiver side, there must be a recollection of data, and that is the task of transport layer. In this, there are some protocols. Sometimes there may be questions. Explain protocols of transport layer, explain protocols of application layer. Then you have to explain these protocols. TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, provides functions such as reordering and sending the data or resending the data. Transmission Control Protocol. UDP, User Datagram Service, uses when the message to be sent exactly into datagram, and use also when more simplified data format is required. Okay, if you want to send the message in the same format, okay, then we will use UDP. Next is SCTP, Stream Control Transmission Protocol. And this provides support for newer applications such as voice over the internet. To send the voice over the internet, we need SCTP. Network layer. Network layer protocol defines the rules of how to find the routes for a packet to the destination. It only gives best effort delivery. Packets can be delayed, corrupted, lost, duplicated, and out of order. Okay, that means it is having the task of delivering the packets, but it will not check how the packets are corrupted and the lost, duplicated. IP, Internet Protocol, provides packet delivery. The Internet Protocol is a protocol or set of rules for routing and addressing packets of data so that they can travel across networks and arrive at the correct destination. Data traversing the internet is divided into smaller pieces called packets. As you know, packet switching technology. And the TCP and IP are the common protocols on the internet. And this IP, it is a protocol to identify the device on the network. Each device there will be one address, and this IP protocol identifies the address and sends the data to the exact destination. Every device or domain that connects to the internet is assigned an IP address, and as packets are directed to the IP address attached to them, data arrives where it is needed. Once the packet arrive at their destination, they are handled differently depending on which transport protocol is used in combination with IP. The most common transport protocol which are combined with IP are TCP and UDP, that is Transmission Control Protocol or User Datagram Protocol. ARP, that is Address Resolution Protocol. It defines the procedure of network address or MAC address translation. The Address Resolution Protocol is used to associate a logical address with a physical address. Okay, there will be a logical address as well as the physical address. For each device, there will be one physical address. And when we are connecting, maybe we will use one network interface card for the system. And with the network interface card, there will be one address that we will call it as a physical address. And on the network, maybe when we are transferring the data, there will be one address that we will call it as an IP address, and that is logical address. ARP is used to find the physical address of the node when its internet address is known. Then the RARP, Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. It allows a host to discover its internet address when it known only its physical address. Okay, RARP is for that purpose, Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. When we know only the physical address to find out the IP, Internet Protocol address. ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. The Internet Control Message Protocol is a mechanism used by hosts and gateways to send notification of datagram problems back to the sender. In the network layer, sometimes there may be packets can be delayed or corrupted or lost or duplicated, and to recorrect those problems we need RARP, Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, is mechanism used by hosts and gateways to send notification of datagram problems back to the sender. Okay, some protocols are used to send the data, some protocols are to find out the problems in the data. IGMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, is used to facilitate the simultaneous transmission of a message to a group of recipients. Simultaneous transmission of a message to a group of recipients. That means if you are doing multi-way transmission, we need IGMP. Then the physical and data link layer. At the physical and data link layer, TCP/IP does not define any specific protocol, rather it supports all the standard protocols. There are no specific protocol, but it supports all the above protocols which we have seen in the application and in the network and in transport layer. Next is addressing concept. There are 4 levels of addresses which are used on internet for the TCP/IP protocols. First one, physical address. Second one, logical address. Third one, port address. And fourth one, application specific address. Each address is related to one layer in the TCP/IP architecture. As I explained, TCP/IP architecture components, that is application layer, transport, network, data link and physical layer. And in these layer there will be 4 type of addressing methods. So application layer sends the message and there will be application specific addresses. For each and every application there will be a specific address. Segment, transport layer related to segments, there will be a port address. Datagram, that will be related to network layer, there will be a logical addresses. And data link layer, it contains frames and there will be a physical address. And in the physical layer there will be bits. Okay, remember there will be 4 type of addresses or 4 layers: data link, network, transport, application layer, and there will be specific addresses. Okay, application specific address for application layer, port address is for transport layer, logical address is for network layer, and physical address is for data link layer. And the physical address is known as link address. Okay, in this physical address at the bottom. Okay, first it will take the physical address. It is known as link address and it is the address of the node as defined by its LAN or WAN. When we are taking LAN or WAN architecture, in that each computer is identified by one address, but it will be related to physical device. That's why I said like it will be each and every computer is connected by NIC, network interface card, and with network interface card there will be a physical address. It is included in the frame used by the data link layer. It is the lowest level address. The size and format of these addresses vary depending on the network. For example, Ethernet uses 6-byte 48-bit physical address that is imprinted on the network interface card NIC. And there will be like unicast, multicast and broadcast physical addresses. Physical addresses can be either unicast, one single recipient, multicast, a group of recipients, a broadcast to be received by all systems in the network. Okay, and unicast if you are sending it for specific person, multicast if you are sending it to many number of people, maybe the video conferencing method is multicast, and the broadcast, okay, it will be like radio or TV broadcasting, okay, that type of concept, broadcast to be received by all systems in the network. Some network supports all three addresses. The source address is always a unicast address. The frame comes from only one station. The destination address, however, can be unicast, multicast or broadcast. The least significant bit of the first byte defines the type of address. Okay, that we will call it as a LSB of the first byte. Okay, if there is a byte of information, the first byte indicates the type of address. So in the figure we can see how the physical address will look. A node with physical address 10 sends a frame to a node with physical address 87. Okay, then you can see here in the frame it contains destination address, then the source address. So source computer address is 10, destination computer address is 87. So 87, 10, then it contains the data. Okay, so you can see the exact picture how it looks. So first computer, that is sender, sends the data to the computer 87 on the network. There may be many number of computers. They have shown 4 here, 10, 28, 53, 87. Now this one is sender and this one is receiver. Then when we are sending the data on the network, it will try to identify the computer and then it will send. So here you can see first it goes to this one, but the packets are discarded since the destination address is not same, and again it sends to the another computer, again discarded, but here it is accepted since the destination address is same. Thank you students. In the next class we will see other address concepts. Thank you. God bless you.